Hello, I am Tuệ An. Welcome to Insightful Journey. If your heart feels heavy today, or you have just experienced some form of separation, this video is especially for you. Let's sit down here, and together we will untangle the knots in your heart. Have you ever wondered why when a person leaves, the pain lingers so long? There are nights you wake up startled at 2 a.m., your hand fumbling for your phone, only to realize there are no messages. We often think we hurt because we lost a loved one, but no, the truth is much harsher. We suffer because we are trying to resist the immutable law of the universe. Let me tell you about Lan. Lan is a girl with a beautiful smile, but the last time I met her at a familiar cafe, that smile was gone. Lan sat across from me, swirling her glass of water, the ice long melted. She had just ended a 5-year relationship. 5 years, a long enough time to turn two strangers into family, into a habit, into each other's breath. Lan told me, her voice choked. Tuệ An, I don't understand. Last week he was still talking about going to Dalat with me this season. But yesterday he said, let's break up. I feel like my world has collapsed. Did I do something wrong? Why can human affection change so frighteningly fast? I looked at Lan, saw a reflection of my younger self, and perhaps saw a reflection of you. Lan refused to accept the truth. She still visited her ex's social media page every day, scrutinizing every picture, reading every comment, desperately searching for a clue that he still loves me, this is just a dream. Every day was a battle for Lan. Waking up, the first thing was checking her phone. No good morning message. The feeling of emptiness rushed in like a tsunami. She went to work like a zombie, and in the evening she curled up in bed, dwelling on old memories. The shirt he left behind, the faded movie ticket stub in her wallet, all became knives cutting into her heart. Lan asked me, how can I stop hurting? How can I go back to how things were? I gently asked Lan, are you hurting because he left? Or are you hurting because you refuse to accept that the river has flowed into a new bend? Dear friend, Lan's story is the story of millions. And the biggest lesson I want you to remember today is, we suffer not because love ends, but because we stubbornly believe that everything must be permanent, while the nature of life is impermanence. We are often taught to be faithful, to be constant. That is right in terms of morality. But we confuse commitment with immutability. We assume that because they love us today, they must love us exactly the same 10 years from now. And when the change inevitably happens, we feel betrayed. We blame life. But my friend, a leaf changes color, a river changes course. The cells in your body renew every day. So why must the human heart be forced to stand still? Do you feel that what I just said sounds cruel? Do you want to know the most shocking truth? It is the thought, he should not have changed, that is killing you every day, not his departure. Stay until the end of the video, because I will show you how to use impermanence itself to heal this broken heart. Now let Tuệ An delve into the consciousness to understand the root of this pain. From a psychological perspective, when in love, our brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the happiness hormones. When a breakup occurs, this supply is abruptly cut off. You fall into a state of literal withdrawal. You crave their presence. Your or Lan's habit of checking the ex's social media is like an addict trying to find a little residue of the drug. That is not entirely love, it is emotional dependence. Furthermore, we often get stuck in the illusion of the past. You don't remember their current reality, the person who coldly turned away. You are remembering the version of them from 6 months, 1 year ago, the person who loved you passionately. Wake up, my friend, that person is gone. Only the person of the present remains. In Buddhism, the Buddha taught very clearly about impermanence. Impermanence means nothing stays in one place. Happiness does not stay still, and suffering does not stay still. All things, phenomena, including feelings, are born, exist, change, and cease. Formation, dwelling, decay, emptiness. Your relationship with that person also follows this law. It was born, it flourished, and now it has come time to transition to another state. Why do we suffer? Buddhism calls it suffering due to separation from the loved. But the root of suffering is attachment. We are attached to the ego, that person is mine, and we are attached to permanence. This love must be eternal. Imagine holding a handful of sand tightly. The tighter you squeeze, the more sand slips through your fingers. The harder you try to hold on to someone who wants to leave, the more you hurt and the further they move away. Welcome when conditions arise. Send off when conditions cease. It sounds easy, but it is difficult to do. But it is the only way to free your mind. If we see change as misfortune, we will suffer all our lives. If we see change as a natural law like rain and sunshine, we will feel lighter. Khalil Gibran once said essentially, "You were born together, but do not let closeness overshadow the separate spaces." We come into this world alone and leave alone. That person was just a companion for a stretch of the road. They completed their mission in your life, perhaps teaching you how to love, or teaching you how to be strong after trauma. And then they got off at a station. Your clinging to a train that has already departed will only leave you scarred. So now what must we do? The theory is clear, but how do we practice to make the heart hurt less? Tuệ An suggests 3 simple steps of practice. Start today. Step 1. Accept withdrawal, the 21-day no-contact rule. You cannot recover from addiction if the drug is still right in front of you. Block, or at least unfollow, all of their social media. Do not call, do not text, do not ask about them through friends. Tell yourself, this is time for detoxification. Every time your hand wants to tap their name, breathe deeply and drink a sip of water. Replace the act of searching outside with the act of caring for inside. Step 2. Observe pain as a guest. When sadness rushes in, don't chase it away, but don't drown in it either. Sit still, close your eyes and observe. Whisper, "Ah, sadness is arriving. I know I am sad. My heart is aching." Detach yourself from the emotion. You are the blue sky, and sadness is just the dark cloud passing by. No matter how dark the cloud is, it must dissipate. The sky remains blue underneath. This is the most basic practice of mindfulness. Do not identify yourself with the sadness. You are not the sadness. Step 3. Fill the void with kindness to yourself. You have spent too much energy on someone else. Now is the time to retrieve that energy. Do small things for yourself. Buy a bouquet of flowers for your room. Sign up for a painting class. Go for a morning run. Or simply go to bed a little earlier. Every time you do something good for yourself, anchor that feeling. I deserve peace. You must become your own best lover before you can ask anyone else to love you. My dear friend, a breakup is indeed a storm. But after the storm, the trees that remain standing will sprout stronger. The wound in your heart today will become a badge of honor for your future growth. Remember, that person left not to take away your happiness. They left to make space for a more suitable person to step in. Or more importantly, for you to find yourself. Impermanence might take away love, but impermanence also brings new opportunities. Don't fear change. Lean into the flow. Release your tightly clenched hands. When you let go, you can receive better things. If this video helps lighten your heart a little, please leave a like so Tuệ An knows his effort is beneficial to you. And please comment below a mantra. I accept letting go to embrace peace. I will read and heart every one of your comments. If you find empathy here, please subscribe to Insightful Journey so we can continue this journey together. Remember, I am still here if you need me. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.